Welcome to My Generation, brought to you by the South Shore Senior News. I'm Tom Foye, and today's guest is Nicole Long from Old Colony Elder Service. Welcome to the show, Nicole.
Hi, Tom. Thank you for having me.
Oh, you're very welcome. It's nice to have you on the show. You're nice and bright, sitting there all in the red.
Thank you.
I'm sitting here in a dark color shirt that probably doesn't show up good, but that's all right. People rather look at you anyway, I'm sure.
Wow.
So anyways, why don't you tell us a little bit about Old Colony Elder Service and what, inspired you to want to work there?
All right, sure. So Old Colony Elder Services, or OCES, is a local nonprofit corporation. We are designated as an aging service access point. We're one of 23 across the state of Massachusetts, actually. And OCES covers Avon, Stoughton, and Plymouth all the way down to the bridge. So we have a very large area spanning Plymouth County, as well as, Bristol and Norfolk County. Our staff, we have about 250 people, which a lot of people don't realize, but 250 people. We have 3 offices, and we provide a wide array of services, from in-home services like homemaking, personal care, companion services, all the way to Meals on Wheels, to protective services, family caregiver support. I could go on, but I don't want to take up the time with that. We have a very robust website that people can always check out to see our full listing of programs, which is ocesma.org. I started with Old Colony back in 2005, actually. This summer will be my 18th year there. And I was really drawn to the fact that we serve all ages and all income. I liked that, I wasn't going to be pigeonholed into working with one population. It's a very vast population. And back in 2005, I actually started in the Family Caregiver Support Program. And that was very intriguing, to deal with people of all ages, caring for a wide variety of diagnoses, but also getting an opportunity to work with grandparents raising grandchildren, which, now in today's day and age, that population of caregivers is growing astronomically, just due to a wide variety of reasons. But I really liked the fact that you could, work with people and support them through a variety of needs. And also because there was a focus on the community. So yes, you're working with individual people, but you really have an opportunity to make a difference in the community that you live. And that was really important to me, and still is today.
Wow, that's amazing, what you're doing there. I know that you wanted to talk about mental health today, and what you can do to try to get to it before people have a problem.
Yeah, when I think about, behavioral health issues, and also just thinking about the number of individuals that we work with who are dealing with a crisis, I really just want to get the word out there that OCES has a lot of opportunity where you can just get information to help you better guide your future. And to get resources before you're in a crisis. We're all empowered with information and education, but oftentimes, even myself, it can be overwhelming to determine, where do I go for information, especially if you're not dealing with a particular problem. But OCES has a number of programs where it's not focused on putting services in your home. It's about giving you information about community resources that could be, food stamps or health insurance information, or just information on, the local pharmacy, home pharmacy, not your CVS or Walgreens, or where to find transportation. I mean, the gamut of resources is very vast. But also, I think, getting information on chronic diseases and getting access to evidence-based trainings is really important, and helps empower people to understand their own health and wellness issues. And, I think when you don't have that information, it can be very overwhelming. And we're seeing today, everybody's seeing this, that there is a huge increase in behavioral health needs in our community. I think we can all agree that COVID really worsened that, because people were thrust into an isolated environment. People were isolated from their family, from their friends, and depression has just skyrocketed. Anxiety has skyrocketed. And there's not a lot of resources, outside of the traditional behavioral health system to work through those issues. And OCES has really been working hard to develop a continuum of care, and fortunately has had an opportunity to create an enhanced mental health outreach team to work with people in their homes through the various challenges or obstacles that they're dealing with. And that's in direct response to the increase in behavioral health needs that we have today.
Nicole, if somebody wanted to reach out to you, do you have a hotline number or anything that you could give out to the people?
Absolutely. I always tell people, OCES, we're a one-stop shop. You don't need to know what you're looking for. You can simply call our information and referral phone number, which is 508-584-1561, and ask to speak to somebody in information and referral. And when you get that person on the phone, you can just give them an idea of what you're dealing with, or just kind of where you are in life. And they can match you to, we have over 20 programs, Tom, and they can help match you to the program that is going to best meet your needs right here and right now. So always call, even just to get information sent to you in the mail. That never hurts.
Are you finding people calling up Old Colony Elder Service for this program, or?
Yeah, so in terms of OCES in general, we serve over 23,000 people a year. That was based on last year's stats, and we know that number increases on an annual basis. In terms of our enhanced mental health outreach team, it's a new grant that we just received in November of 2022. What was really fascinating to me, Tom, is we sent out one constant contact email blast. And within days, we had 10 successful referrals right off the bat from one outreach blitz. And from there, we have received additional referrals. As I had mentioned before, we offer a continuum of services. So sometimes somebody doesn't need in-home counseling, which this team can do. They might just need information on, local buried and treasure support groups, which we facilitate, or perhaps they just need information on what community resources that can provide assistance around behavioral wellness. Our team can just provide that type of information and referral too. But they did have 10 successful referrals to have in-home counseling right off the bat, which, I think really speaks to the need.
That sounds like a lot of referrals from one email blast.
Yeah.
I mean, there is a problem out there. All you have to do is watch the news every day, and you see the problems that the police are dealing with and the public is dealing with people having problems like that. That's incredible.
Yeah, well, a lot of our services are, a lot of the behavioral health, the traditional services are office-based, right? You have to go from your house to an office. Hopefully you have transportation. Before you even get to that office, you probably are dealing with a wait list, because the behavioral health system is so saturated right now that everyone has long wait lists. And the nice thing about our enhanced mental health outreach team is that we go to the person in their home, so they don't need to go somewhere. And I think that's so important, because when somebody is dealing with depression and anxiety, going out to do a simple errand can be very taxing, right? That alone can be overwhelming. So to then have to go out and, find and go to an office to get traditional counseling, that's just even more challenging. So I really am thrilled that we can go to where that person is actually living, see their environment, and just, start a friendly conversation.
Wow, that's amazing. It's hard to believe that just the COVID situation with people staying at home could bring out such emotional problems in people. I mean, I'm not affected by it. I'm home by myself a lot.
Yeah.
But that's amazing. Hey, I know you have a program that you don't know what's going on with it, but I found it extremely fascinating. And that's your Wild Hearts program that you were part of. I know you said that you don't know if it's going to be up and running or not for 2023, but
so I don't have the schedule. I don't have the schedule for that program. And that is a great program that I volunteer for. It's located out of West Bridgewater. It's called Wild Hearts Horses for Heroes. And it's a fabulous program where veterans as well as active duty military are able to go to a small local farm and interact with a variety of horses, from, huge horses to, they have a few minis, which are just absolutely adorable, and really just have an experiential time where they get to learn horsemanship skills and see how they are interacting and affecting the animals as well as the group. It's really a very fascinating program. I do not have the schedule right now, but anyone listening to this can look at the Wild Hearts Horses for Heroes website and get more information. And Julie Lovely, who is the executive director, she will have the schedule up there, I'm sure, sooner rather than later. And it's a really easy application process that people can pursue.
Julie Lovely. I know that name, and I've met her before. Patty and I had her many years ago on the My Generation radio show at WATD. Wow, she was a very, very nice woman.
Oh yeah, I've known her, for, I want to say 9 or 10 years. 10 years, we worked together, to develop the program, and she is still there running the show and just doing a fabulous job, making a huge impact. And all of the services are completely free for the veterans and active duty military that participate. It's based off donations. She does a lot of work to fundraise. And if, anyone's interested, definitely check out her website to learn more information.
You have to know how to ride a horse to go there?
No, and actually it's all ground based. So nobody rides the horses. You can learn more about yourself and about horses from the ground than you can riding. Actually, I've been riding for a very long time, and it was amazing, the horsemanship skills that you can develop just by interacting with the horse and learning how your body language and nonverbal communication can affect somebody else, especially the horses, but that translates into everyday life. Absolutely.
Oh, well, I've only ridden a horse once. My brother had horses, and it was okay. I wasn't crazy about it. But, I know that you have your own horses, I understand.
No, I wish.
You don't? I thought you did. Oh, sorry about that.
Nope. Still okay. When you're paying for daycare, you're limited.
Daycare, you're limited. Wow.
My 2 kids keep me busy enough. And my dog, so I won't take on another animal at this point.
Well, that's pretty good. Do you want to touch on anything else about the MHOT program again? About you give a shout out for the website, people to get a hold of, or the telephone number?
Absolutely. So our website is www.ocesma.org. And right on the website, you can view all of our programs. We have over 20. And there's even a spot where you can click on a link to do a referral online. So if you're not in the mood to talk to somebody, you can send a referral electronically. And then anyone can call our main phone number, which is 508-584-1561, and ask to speak to somebody and information and referral. And then that person can guide you through the process. It should be painless. And if not, we're always accepting feedback. And, I think too, if there's any local businesses out there that are listening to this, we're always trying to get information on how we can support our colleagues as well. As I mentioned earlier, supporting the community and being part of the community is so important. So we really try to work with everyone from, individuals through businesses to really diversify what we're doing, offering trainings, so on and so forth.
Well, that's great. Listen, Nicole, I just want to say it was great having you on the show.
Thank you.
It's always a pleasure talking with you. And I just want to say goodbye and thank you. And everyone, you've been listening to My Generation, brought to you by the South Shore Senior News, and we will talk to you next time.